I want to have some fun now.
Okay.
And talk about you doing this network marketing
For sure,
MLM stuff.
For sure, man. Funny enough, I'll just say the name of the company. I was at AT&T, right? And that's what I was in network marketing during that time as well, right? And so, in looking back, I'm all about accountability. And looking back at it, I could understand. They didn't like me. I didn't like them. I was running around trying to recruit everybody on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
So which one?
Are you familiar with Patrick Bet-David?
So you're doing PHP.
I was a part of PHP. Yep.
And it was funny.
What?
I didn't do it, but I signed up
Okay.
I think 2019 I signed up because I actually did want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
But then
boy, it's not for the faint of heart. It take effort.
Well, it wasn't that. Once I realized, hey, I can't even focus on passing because you want me to bring people to these events 2 times a week, I was like, I'm out. Y'all just like Primerica. So it didn't take me long to realize, like, yeah, different name, same business
What
model.
office were you in?
This was that office. It was over there off of Parkwood.
You said 2019?
Yeah, this was like.
So there was. I was 2019. What month in 2019?
I couldn't tell you. It's either late 2018, early 2019.
I got out of PHP in 2019. I was there from 2014. Like literally, I graduated, started working, went to like a speed friending event. I don't recall. I was drunk. I was tipsy. Went to a speed friending event, and I remember the young lady who recruited me. I just call her my upline. I don't even call her by her name. I'm just like, even we were hanging out like 3 weeks ago. I was like, hey, what's up, upline?
These people probably listen like, man, what is an upline? The upline is that person that probably will recruit you, right?
Yeah. I signed under her, right? And I tell people I never went to the military because my dad told me don't go, right? But I tell people that PHP was like my military boot camp like experience, like the amount of personal development, the amount of growth, the amount of books, the amount of like hardship that I had to go through, like the amount of damage to my fucking ego, okay, that happened while in that business. It was transformative, bro. Like I would not be who I am today if I didn't do that stint there, right? And I didn't kill it. Like I didn't make a whole lot of money. I think I made like $25,000 at most in a year doing it part-time ish, full-time ish. Because I hated my job at AT&T so much that I was like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm quitting, take this little severance package, and that didn't go well. Got my car repossessed, credit got tore up. Thank goodness I fixed it recently. But yeah, man, it was a great experience. It was a great experience. I got to meet Patrick Bet-David. I've got several pictures with him. If he were to see me today, and like he knows me, he knows my name. I don't know if he remembers me, but we've met several times. And in 2019, if I recall, there was only one office in Dallas. So it had to have been in the office that I was in.
Was it the one in like kind of like close to
Plano?
Legacy?
Yes. Yep.
Off Parkwood?
Yep.
Yeah,
that was the second office. So the guy, his name is Jason Graziani, great guy. I think
yeah,
bro.
He give you this. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean. They are in there, and because so here's my gripe, and you'll see why people say like a straight shooter or whatever. Like,
yeah,
I correlate a lot with what a lot of coaches, influencer programs do with MLM content, and because it goes at you psychologically, like what you're going through, and this and that, and to tell you a feel good story, to get you there and say, all the 6-figure earners and all the type of stuff is like. Why y'all sharing offices? Like I just know different things. Like their PHP wasn't as egregious as Amway though. Amway I have a person that I know for a fact doing construction work. Talking about he on the stage in a black tie, 6-figure earner. Or this person talking about his mentor. One matter of fact, at Amway, the dude that tried to recruit me, his upline was from AT&T. And I'm like, bro, these people not retired either. What y'all talking about? Like, why y'all think I'm working on them? I think the funny thing that I have fun with now, my LinkedIn messages, is if a person is trying to get me to do affiliate marketing, not affiliate marketing, network marketing, and they don't say it. And then so they'll say some verbiage like, oh, I want to know if you're interested in business opportunities, yada, yada, yada. And then that's when I say. It's
always real vague how they approach
and
you.
I'm like, oh, what MLM you working with or whatever. And they might say something, oh, you heard of us? I'm like, fam, don't nobody just come out of nowhere and say, I want to do business with somebody. Like that's kind of like all the red flags start hitting you later on. Like nobody does that. Yeah. Now you do have to pay to set up your own business, but it's yours. You're not because technically you're really a contractor when you work for these people. But they say, "Oh, you're a business owner, but you're not a business owner." Like it's like so, like I plan to actually do like a live stream about like the couple of MLMs like I did one time. I did World Ventures for a little while. You should be here. You know about them?
I've heard of them. Yeah,
they
were real big at one point.
Yeah, they were big, and then it's stupid too because the deals they were trying to give people, you can get better on Expedia, and then that's when I started seeing, oh, we partner with all these companies. No, y'all not partnering with these companies. These the same rewards programs you can sign up for at your regular job. Like it'd be a whole lot of finessing that they do, and you realize that hey, if you're the person that started it, you could be straight, but then you're gonna run into some issues eventually because it takes a while. Like you got to be like Mary Kay and Avon to last this long.
I'll say this: it's going to be highly dependent on where you at, what company, and who you're like the leader in the office is. The guy Jason Graziani, like I check in with him at least once a year. Like I love Jason Graziani, and the reason for that is because like I saw him in me. Like he was a young, spunky, egotistical guy with a chip on the shoulder who really wanted to win, who came from nothing. Right,
and I think most of the MLM people are like that, but it's just not a sound business model.
Well, here's what I would say.
Because he could do the same thing at the actual like bigger companies and make more commission and without having to recruit anybody.
Yes. So,
and I only say that because I have friends that's in the insurance industry. So it's just like.
Yeah. So there's two different ways to go about making money in the insurance industry. By the way, it is, I think, one of the highest paying industries. Like a lot of industries say that we make the most millionaires, but in the life insurance industry, bro, whether you're recruiting or you're just selling, like if you like are the highest producer that quarter, bro, they're putting you on yachts. Like the amount of money, the amount of partying is insane. So there's two ways that you can make money in insurance, or as far as it like. Yeah, let's just say insurance, but really I'm talking about at PHP, right? And they heavily lean towards one over the other. You can be a producer, meaning you just sell policies, right? Or you could be someone who recruits, and when you recruit your team, like they call it going in the field, right, to sell policies. If you recruit 100 people in a month, you don't even have to go in the field with them. Someone's going to go in the field with them, and you're just going to make money. Right, with that, like because you're selling to their friends, their family, their network.
I think that's the whole issue too. Like you'll have a person who just was a cashier at Circle K now saying he want to sell life insurance. Like a lot of stuff just isn't.
And they lack the credibility.
Yeah, so it's that people steal people books of business. You got also just the income disclosure statement that shows like hey, on average people lose money. So that's why I say like for the most part it can work. Like the things that you're talking about like. The intrinsic things that you gain from it, you can get that. It can help you. Hey, I'm gonna go into tech sales or whatever, and it's easy because now you're selling something a business need, and you ain't gotta really convince them. The product convince itself.
Yes,
I think that was like always the issue. It's like
bro, life insurance. I had Patrick Davis say this. He would say, "Cars are sold. No, are bought because people want that. Life insurance is sold. Nobody wants to be thinking about death. No one wants to like. You have to show up." And have this conversation, right? And so, that's another thing, bro. That shit is hard to, unless you're talking to the right people, right? There's a statistic I heard that was like 80% of people who buy a policy over the age of like 45 keep it for the rest of their life. So it's really, really difficult. I had a guy sell me insurance in college, right? At UNT. And I was like 23, 24, or whatever, however old I was at. And he ended up getting out the business. When I asked him why, he blamed me. He was like, because guys like you, they need these young. But it's like, in your 20s, you think you're invincible, right? So like the same conversation with me, you might end up getting, $50 a month from me and you make a $600 commission, or you could go talk to a married couple who can afford to put $1,000 away per month. You get all the commission up front. So 1,000 times, bro, that's a $12,000 commission.
But we also know, because we'll get back on topic, guys. But we just also know that a lot of those people aren't getting it just because a lot of them just aren't good.
Correct.
Because like I said, the model makes them not get better even at selling.
Here's the thing, bro. Most people suck at most things they do. Most people are average. Most people have average intelligence. They have average style. All of that, right?
But I would say those people are below average in what they do, and not me just saying from an opinion standpoint, just based on the numbers.
Sure. But here's the thing. That's everywhere you go, though, bro. Like, you even, and obviously I'm giving you stuff they would tell me when I'm there. Like, you go to look at the NBA, the highest earners earn an egregious amount. And then at the low end, it's significantly less, right?
Yeah, but You gotta put that in perspective because the average NBA person
Mm-hmm.
is still good. Like, prime example, the average starting quarterback, which is not fair, makes more than probably the best safety or whatever.
Sure.
But in roles like that, those average people don't make they making either the same or less than people that's working like fast food.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm
I
getting.
see what you're saying, but you also got to look at the barrier of entry. The barrier of entry is low. Just about anybody can do it, bro. You're a black man. I'm a black man.
Yeah.
I believe every black man has made a rap song or a mixtape at some point
You
in their
think
past.
so?
I'm not gonna ask you about it, but I just do
so.
believe so. But here's the thing: it probably sucks. Why? Because the barrier of entry is so low. All you need is like a laptop and a beat.
But I wouldn't say something would suck because of the barrier of entry, because the barrier of entry to go work at Taco Bell is low.
But what I'm saying is because the barrier is so low, because anybody can get into it, you're going to have a lot more people who casually get into it and don't develop the skill to get better at it. They're going to start it, suck at it, and just stop. But if the barrier to entry, let's say to start a tech startup, is $2 million, if you're going to be the kind of guy who's going to raise $2 million or get $2 million, you're not going to be casual about it. You're invested at that point.
Yeah, but I think I see what you're saying, but I think in that instance, like in those situations, those people, they have a plan. They've actually have something to add whenever they got a startup. Like you said, most of these average people, I think it's also taking into account of everybody who signed up one like couple of days and then dropped out and all
Mhm.
so it's a lot of going on with those numbers.
Yep.
And I think didn't Pat ever even sell PHP?
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
I think he sold it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like I said, like I think two things could be true.
Mhm.
I think like even PHP, they had some partners with some good insurance companies,
Mhm.
and even Primerica has some good products. So it's like for me, it's not like everything is bad. It's just more so I've always just been like, okay, some of these people, the time that they're putting in to try to recruit and show up to these things weekly,
Mhm.
they could be making money elsewhere just doing something regular. So I like that's always been the thing because we know a lot of those people, and let's just be honest, a lot of people didn't met in network marketing outside of people who maybe had an actual professional job. People struggling. So like that's what I'm getting. The people who they somehow got to them who got like an actual professional job and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be all right once they
And their network is better too. Like the people with a professional job, so you tend to make more money. But you got to think about it. Like I know people today who are struggling financially, right? And I don't say it, but I'm like, bro, you need a high value skill.
Yes,
The
correct.
simplest, I don't say the simplest, one of the easiest high value skills to obtain, right? Without any prior knowledge is sales, right? And so you get to jump into a sales vehicle that has sales training. They have all of that, right? Now, most people suck at selling, and most people are not going to go through rejection after rejection after rejection. But it's a skill set that doesn't, bro. You can go get a couple books, right, and say, hey, I'm going to commit the next 12 months to reading these books and practicing what's in them every day, and you would end up being a pretty damn good salesperson.
Yeah,
But
what's funny?
The barrier to entry is low, so most never do.
Yeah, and then what's funny about you saying that is like that's literally what. So I have an episode that I'm editing right now with the founder of Course Careers, and that's literally what he did to get his first sales job. So no, I mean you're right on that, and I do got like a lot of. It can go ping pong, go back and forth, but like I said, that can be saved for a live stream just to have fun and turn up.